everyone, Miss Trenchcoat here, and today, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be doing something a little different that I really haven't done before on this channel. And I'm going to be doing a book review. Now, the reason I decided I'm going to start doing book reviews on this channel is because pretty recently I have been reading a lot of modern fiction, which is a little bit uncharacteristic for me. I normally read nonfiction books, like advice and business books and things like that, or I read really old fiction, like, you know, Iliad, Odyssey, War and Peace. I guess War and Peace really isn't that old, but things that you would consider like classics. So usually when I'm reading fiction, I'm reading classics, so it's a little odd for me to be picking up modern fictions and reading them, but I have been reading a couple of modern fictions, and I thought that I should do a video review because I didn't think they were something that would fit on my blog, but I still wanted to share my views with you guys. So I'm starting this series. I've got a couple of books to talk about. Hopefully I keep, reading every once in a while some of these more modern fictions, or maybe I'll start incorporating my nonfiction books as well. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this, but I thought YouTube would be the best place for me to try these reviews out and see if it was something I wanted to keep doing. So if you guys like this and you want me to keep doing this sort of like book review style of a video vlog, give it a thumbs up or leave me comments. Let me know if this is something you guys would like me to keep doing. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to review my book, and I'm going to give you guys a brief summary without giving you guys too many spoilers, and then I'm going to tell you what I liked about the book. So the first book, as you can see from the title of this video, is The Golem and the Jinni by Helene Wecker, and I have a digital download of this. I got this off of iBooks. I'm not sure how much it cost, maybe like $12, $13, $14, $15. I'm not really exactly sure. It's probably like $12.99 actually, now that I think about it a little harder. But I did download the ebook because I am a big ebook reader, and this is what the cover looks like. It is basically a kind of like an old-time scene of New York City. It's very pretty. It's like you're looking at a park at like one of the arcs in the city. So it's a very cute cover. Not cute, I should say, but I think it's a very pretty cover. It's something that really drew me to the novel. But obviously a book is more than its cover. I know, so cheesy, right? But okay, so let me get into the summary of what the book is about. Basically, this book is about two fairy tale creatures, a golem and a genie, who come to the US and specifically come to New York City around the turn of the century, like of the 20th century, so in the early 1900s. I'm not 100% sure of the time period. I know it's before World War II. I'm not sure if it's after World War I or not, but I think it is. I think it was a little bit early. I think it was like 1910s, the setting of this book was. I'm not 100% sure, and it really doesn't matter to the book. I'm sure they said it in there. I just can't remember myself. So we've got these two fairy tale creatures that both kind of immigrate to the US at the same time, and they both, they individually kind of move in with and kind of adopt a specific immigrant culture. So I don't want to give too much away, but I don't think this will ruin the story for you guys. The golem comes from, I believe it was from Germany, and she lives amongst a Jewish community in New York. And the genie comes from Syria, and he lives amongst the Syrian community in New York. So they both come to the US, they both live with these immigrant cultures, and what eventually happens is their paths cross and they become friends because obviously they're two oddities in the city that obviously they really don't have anyone else like them around. And so they kind of become like this unlikely friendship, but it's kind of is likely because they're really not, there's really no one else that's a fairy tale creature that they know. So when they come across each other, they know they're different and they are actually able to open up about their lives and who they really are, as opposed to the life that they're kind of secretly living within their immigrant communities. So as the story progresses, their relationship progresses, and they obviously have different sort of scenarios within their respective cultures and the communities that they're living within. But eventually the story unfolds and you come to learn that their lives are both interconnected. And the story basically culminates and ends with this realization or newfound knowledge to them that because of one of them, the other has been created. So one of them really owes their life to the other. And conversely, one of them saves the other's lives. So they both kind of owe a debt to each other by the end of the book, which is really interesting. And I think that it was a really poignant story. I thought it was full of a lot of different sorts of adventures and day-to-day kind of life issues, and obviously the issues of being a supernatural creature in New York City at the turn of the century in communities that really would have been incredibly superstitious to those sorts of things. If you think like a Jewish community would have been very superstitious had they known that one of their own was this mythical sort of supernatural creature. Same thing with the Syrians. If they had known that they were living amongst a Jinni that they considered to be in their culture, it was kind of, they were bad. Jinnis were bad in their culture. So they would have been freaking out that someone had brought in like basically this enemy into their home. So it's very interesting, and I think that it's a very good read if you're someone who is interested in historical fictions, which I really do. I really do enjoy historical fictions, which is probably why I started reading this modern fiction that was a historical fiction, because it really is a little bit more up my alley. So that's my summary. I don't want to give too much away, but I will now go into my review of it. I thought that this was a really excellent book. Originally, I was drawn to this not just because of the pretty cover, but because when I read this description of the book, it talked about the fact that there was a mythical creature in a Syrian immigrant community at the turn of the 19th, into the 20th century, 1900s. And I am actually Syrian. My family, I'm not 100% Syrian, but part of my family is Syrian, and they came to New York at roughly about the same time, probably like a decade or two later than this book is set, but they were here, pre-World War II, I'm pretty sure, and so to me, this book was like kind of interesting because I'd never really read anything that was about Syrian immigrants. And also, I was really drawn to the fact that this book was talking about Jewish immigrants before World War II as well. So it's, people who had just come to the U.S. as a place of opportunity and tried to make a life for themselves. So that was, for me, this book really sounded interesting. And for the way that it was written and the way that the story developed, I thought that this was a really excellent book. I thought the characters were really well done. I really liked how the author, there were plenty of characters, but there were not so many that you forgot who everyone was. You always were able to keep up with who the characters were and how they were related to each other. So I think that the author did a really great job with that. Also, the character development, these characters were pretty real. Like the people that, the Golem and the Jinni had interacted with and in their communities, you really got the sense that you were like living a day-to-day life with them. And even though these were two supernatural creatures, they were living these pretty regular lives, like these normal immigrant lives. And I thought that it was really well done because it was very believable and it felt really authentic to me. So overall, I would say that this was a great read. I mean, I don't want to do like a star rating. I don't think I read enough to give a star rating, but I would say that this was a really great book. It's probably one of the best fiction books that I've read in a long time, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, if you guys are interested, pick it up. I believe the book is available in hard copy right now, but I've looked into, I bought the ebook, but I'm actually thinking, because I liked it so much, that I'm going to buy the soft cover when it comes out in the beginning of next year. I think in January of 2014, the soft cover should be out, because I'm not really into hardcover books. So yeah, if you want to read the book, you can get it in hardcover now, or you can get an ebook of it, or else, you might want to wait until January. But I would say don't wait if you're interested in it, because this was a really great story. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that I didn't give away any spoilers. I don't think I did. So yeah, thumbs up in the comments if you want me to keep doing things like this, like book reviews, if this is something you guys would find interesting. And also leave me some comments. Also, if there's any books that you've read recently, put them down below. Let me know, and let me know what you think. I'm obviously, if you guys give me tons of book recommendations, I'm not going to be able to read everything, but I'll pick and choose and see if there's something that you guys suggest in the comments that maybe would be, you know, something I'd be interested in reading, and then I could review it for you guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.